They flank us 4. That's the call. They do a 4-1 retake. And you can see 4 people up tiles, 1 person flanking. So it's a really good spot from... It's a really good spot. They heard the trip. They knew that, like... She goes up, it's a 4-person. He threw this blind and then... swing off of it. Kind of based. I do enjoy it. It is very, very based. My initial read was it was going to be some combination of deadlock. I thought KJ was super weak on this map. I thought Sky was super strong. I thought that the primary smoker was going to be Astra. No, I'm wrong. I'm molding ideas. I thought it was going to be double controller with Omen Viper, and then your duelist is going to be Raze. That was my initial read. Yeah, how you doing, Robbie? Happy seeing you here. But we're doing some campus clutch analysis. We're analyzing what happened to the Socks Up boys. So this is my initial read. This was like my very first comp idea. As time has changed, I've fallen in love more with double controller. Let me format it like this, because it's easier for everyone else. I've fallen more and more in love with double controller, or double initiator rather. And this is the comp that I saw. Double flashes, Omen, Cypher, and then Raze. I think Raze is super strong on this map. But now that I've actually sat down and thought about it, my ideal comp on this map is... Yeah, we're just chilling and vibing to music. Figuring out what to do with our lives. Yeah, what to do with our time. Okay, yeah, I think that's long enough. We can start watching, I guess. So I had load shedding during most of this time, so I didn't get to see a lot of this game. And we're just gonna watch it, I think. I've ranted about this a lot. And I will continue to rant about it. So I'd rather stop talking and like actually do Valorant stuff, or actually do some analysis stuff. Get this out the way. Get my feet wet, as it were. But yeah, Campus Clutch happened. I don't know. This said 6 days ago. So 22nd, 20th, the Monday. Yeah, and we got grouped from this. Yeah, shout out RoboHobo for getting the slots. It's actually super cool seeing that he was there, that we actually got coverage of it. Part of me wishes that it was on an official broadcast, but end of the day, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want audio or not, so I'll just do this. I'll leave it with desktop audio. If you're interested in this, if you want me to change the music, let me know, because we're just gonna march through this. Yeah, as I've been doing a lot of other stuff outside of South African Val. I actually observed some tier 2 and tier 3 and did some casting for the same thing. So my perspective on a lot of things has changed based off of that. Yeah, I think is this a, yeah, this is a best of one. Sunset is so there's probably a word for it. Sunset is so popular, but it has grinded my gears more and more as I've been seeing some incorrect ways of being played. That's unlucky. Dash into a wall. And I do have like different thoughts on it. Okay, let me pause this so you guys can understand what I mean. I'm very, very opinionated on this because I've been theory crafting a lot about how to play Sunset since the first time I played, or the first video I did about it. And the meta has changed slightly. My initial read was it was going to be some combination of deadlock. I thought KJ was super weak on this map. I thought Sky was super strong. I thought that the primary smoker was going to be Astra. No, I'm wrong. I'm molding ideas. I thought it was going to be double controller with Omen Viper, and then your duelist is going to be Raze. That was my initial read. Yeah, how you doing, Robbie? Happy seeing you here. But we're doing some campus clutch analysis. Analyzing. We're analyzing what happened to the Socks Up boys. So this is my initial read. This was like my very first comp idea. As time has changed, I've fallen in love more with double controller. Let me format it like this because it's easier for everyone else. I've fallen more and more in love with double controller, or double initiator rather. And this is the comp that I saw. Double flashes, Omen, Cypher, and then Raze. I think Raze is super strong on this map. But now that I've actually sat down and thought about it, my ideal comp on this map is KO. It is Sky. It is Dawn Cypher. It's Astra for sure. Just because of how mid-range Astra is and how versatile she is. The Sentinel spot I haven't decided yet. I know my duelist is going to be Raze. My duelist is 100% going to be Raze. In regards to Sentinels, I think I'm still on the deadlock train. I've used deadlock a lot. The main reason why I think it's the deadlock train is because there are two main choke points. It's this, this and this. Right? These are like the two main choke points, and then they funnel out into either direction. You never do an A split by walking out both of these because someone can isolate. It's significantly easier to isolate 50s on this map, and it feels nerve-wracking, but for those who are wondering, it's a lot easier than you think to isolate a 50, especially when playing this backside area. It's a lot it's uncomfortable, sure. It's very, very uncomfortable, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot easier to isolate 50s, especially if you're playing spots like this. It's a lot easier to isolate 50s. The reason why I think deadlock is really, really strong is, as I've done more and more exploration to her, deadlock is the person who splits up these choke points. Deadlock is a person that like cuts off hits. A good example is on split. This deadlock on B on splits is really, really good at it. I think B on split is one of her best sites, but she's really good at breaking up lines in which you can get rushed from. Because we've all experienced it where you've played backside as like an Omen or something, and they've rushed you out from shorts and they've rushed you out from front sites as well, and then also you feel nervous to look to the left and feel nervous to look at the right. Deadlock takes out that possibility altogether. If you want to hit B and there's a deadlock on B, not only can she dissuade you with her stuns, but she can also do this. You physically cannot walk out, and then she can keep some of her stuns in heaven to dissuade the rush out of heaven as well. So then as a result, you have to pick as a team what side do you want to hit. And for the most, or deadlock is to choose her 50s, right? Sunset's a similar idea. Deadlock is to choose what side she wants to fight. If she wants to throw her wall like this, gonna force people. It's gonna force people to run out. Sorry, I'm doing more sunset analysis. I'll get back to the VOD now. It's gonna force people to run out here, in which deadlock can still pick a 50, setting up a stun like this, or if you're very very quick, you set up a stun like this and you can fight it. Yo, how you doing, Mr. Yuta? Yeah, and you can fight it like this. So deadlock's really good on this map, I think. I'm gonna keep preaching her until the cows come home. She's really really good on the map. Her ulti as well is insane. I don't know if they've given us the upgrade Gravnet. Her ulti, for those who don't know, her ulti is as wide as her net. She needs a buff for her trips? I don't think so. I thought so initially, and I heard everyone agreeing with that, but I've gotten more and more skeptical that whenever everyone agrees on an idea, then it's probably incorrect. And I thought her ulti, or I thought her trips needed help, but then I realized that you play deadlock trip in a similar way to how you play Sage Nade. That's what deadlock trips are. They're to stop this rush. In addition to the fact that I've had it before. I actually did this to someone where I was playing here. I'll get back to the VOD just now. I just wanted to all about this. I was playing backsides as deadlock on A, and I was playing over here, and then the minute I heard the but it's not a trip designed for it's not a trip designed for watching flank. It's a trip designed for catching you for rushing. So you don't play her like you do like KJ. But anyway, the idea is you set up your trips like this, and then when they start running, your first trip goes and you throw a nade here. That way that the first person who comes through is gonna get hit by the second trip, which is an easy kill, and these guys are all the way out in the open. Time it'll take you to get through here would be 3 seconds ordinarily, and then after walking through all this util, it's close to 7 to 10. That's like the strength of deadlock, giving you enough time to back out of here. I've never been caught on a rush as deadlock. Like when I'm playing with my util, I've physically never been caught. I've always died in the gunfights afterwards, but I've never been caught with deadlock. Yeah, I think she's still super strong. I'm still doing exploration to her, but I think she is super strong. Especially on maps where the people are forced to rush. For example, the odds of someone walking out A short is a lot higher than someone walking out A long. Yeah, those are the two different things. It's, for example, sites where they're forced to make noise are where she's really really good. For example, bind on B. Unless you are really really good at it and you're really really assiduous about it, dropping out of heaven makes noise. Everyone's trips are stronger than hers. Everyone's trips are stronger at watching flank than hers. Sure, I will agree with that. However, her strength is relative to her situation as a sentinel. So yeah, stuff like this, a trip like this on B. How many times has someone tapped? How many times has someone tapped and then gotten off and waited for you to shoot? Opposed to with this trip, if you put this trip on spike, I've gotten so many kills with this. You put a trip on spike in a similar way that you do sometimes in Cypher Cam, and the minute they touch the trip, it makes noise, which forces the stun to go off, which allows you to swing him. So in that way, deadlock trips are a lot stronger than KJ trips. Because she is a post-plant queen. She's arguably one of the strongest people on post-plant. Because the KJ alarm bot will just dissuade you off with spike. Deadlock trip will get you killed on top of spike. Sure, they could walk. If they walk all the way past your trip and kill you here, yeah, what are they doing? They're psychopaths. It is what it is, but yeah, it doesn't make too much of a difference. I think her trips are really really strong for post-plant. Anyway. Back to the VOD. Yeah, I think K is really, really strong into Cypher. Plat lobbies be like that? I agree, but it does get better. Like in the lobbies I've been playing in, which is like high plats, low diamond, I'm getting a lot of value out of deadlock. Maybe because people don't know how to play against her. It does give me a lot more flexibility and room to actually express myself. I think she's really, really strong. I do believe she's really, really strong, and I will die on that sword. That deadlock, maybe not in coordinated play, but deadlock has a place. And she is one buff away from becoming incredibly oppressive. You're getting low healer smurfs, you just need to play together. Low healer smurfs are gonna try and aim duel you, and it happens. You'll get out, you'll get there. It'll get better. What happened here? How did Robobo die? Walked up first, spotted, and yeah, wasn't looking the right way. Happens. It is round 3. And unfortunate things tend to happen on round 3s. You're gonna be lurking? Go for it. Thanks for popping in. I'm literally doing this so I can record it and then post it for posterity later. Figure out what I'm going, or where my thoughts lied at the time. Or thoughts lay, whatever. You get the idea.
You have a poll.
Yeah, well, do we watch with cast or without cast? I'm not too decisive on either front. Lucky Two-Face. Yeah, I mean, we can watch it with noise.
Hashtags what's up win or hashtag GYU win in chat are hashtags for the morning.
I'm just trying to figure this out. The first rounds don't matter for me. I'm an advocate for the first 5 rounds not mattering at all. I'm a massive advocate that these first 5 rounds just are irrelevant towards the overall course of the game. Because econ resets at round 6, and the teams that are the better sides will often have contingencies for these rounds. Ooh. What is this trip? What is this trip? Yeah, force is the call. I don't know where. Where do you plant? Where do you plant? I have 3 plants in mind. I have 3 plants in mind. Especially, well, yeah, I guess I can tell you, like, it doesn't really matter. So we have this plant. We have this plant. And then we have the 2 plants that I really, really like, which is this one over here, this one over here. Slightly over here. Those are the plants that I've like really, really been enjoying. Like these, I think these 2 are very, very strong. Right? If you can explain, you have a lot more time to do these plants than you think you do. You have a lot more time to do these plants. Unless there's still people on site, you do it. But if you're going to walk into a sentinel or something, these are the plants you want. As long as people are holding you need to be holding A main for the first one. You need to be holding A link for the first one and CT for the second one. But even the CT one you can get off by planting like to the, how do you explain it? Like here, that dot. If you go in and you look towards the right, you should be able to get that plant down. Just slightly more. It's not as safe. They're just slightly. I think they're higher conversion. Significantly higher conversion.
They definitely want to leave this group on top, but the Socks Up boys aren't going down without a fight. We're only in the 5th round here, Chad. We know how
you just convert more, but those are the plants.
Demonic's correct. The BO3s kick off from the playoffs, and then the final a BO5, but groups are best of 1. Yes, I see the theory
Who's Omen? Mango's dead. How did Mango die? How did Mango die? Over this one way? Oh, he got Grimwalled. Yeah, he got Grimwalled. Unlucky. Okay, well, back to the playbook. One-way smoke here. This. Delete these. And then Grimwall. This is GW. This is GWU's one. And then Grimwall. Sage plays the same. Plays up here. Yeah, that's how she got that kill. Off of that one way, because you're gonna see feet.
Installed again, my homie, but it's been a bit of a frustration with 7TV. It just seems to break a lot of other things on Twitch, you know, weirdly enough. Fix one thing, break another, you know.
Guys, 4v5. 4v5 post plant. Spikes dropped, so I don't know.
Not get enough credits in esports, I tell you now.
30 seconds left.
Sunset on a BO1 is questionable. I think so.
Understand. Give some reasoning there. What is the reasoning on that, hey, bro?
Okay, before
A COD fiend here.
before we get into explanation, why is Sunset in a BO1 questionable? I think, how to explain this? Okay, so essentially we have 7 maps in the pool. 7 maps in the pool. I think if I can actually do. So if we have 7 maps, we have to pick, in a best of 3, we have any combination of, well, at least 5 maps that we can choose from. We have to only pick, we can only technically pick 1, and we have to ban out the rest. In my opinion, the best of ones, the BO1, your maps are going to be, let's say Haven is a good BO1 map, and Sett. Those are the ones that you can't. BO3 maps that you kind of want are, I'm gonna say Bind, say Haven, I'm gonna say Split. Those are like the BO3 maps, and then also BO5. BO5 you literally pick anything that you're more comfortable with. However, I think if I was to pick, let me add another one actually. This BO1 one. Breeze. No, Breeze is one that you have to kind of have an understanding of how the other team plays. Lotus, I can argue Lotus. My main reasoning is that, I'll explain. My main reasoning is that in BO1s, you don't necessarily have time to figure out how the enemy team plays. And understanding is very, very important. Going forward through the next of your games, Sunset is a game where you need to understand, are there more aggro teams or more defensive teams? Haven, Ascent, and Lotus are maps where you're just innately prepared for a lot of the, you're more innately prepared for a lot of conflicts and a lot of the rushes. Breeze and Bind are maps where do kind of have an understanding. I guess you could put Breeze as a BO1 one as well. You're more surprised by aggression on. No, put Breeze as a BO3. I don't think I'd pick. If I had the choice, I would never pick Breeze as a BO1 map. I'd pick it as like first in. I'd pick it as first in a BO3. I would pick it as first in BO3. Because these three maps here are very dependent on style. I guess I could take out Haven here, because Haven I would pick it a BO1. If I had to pick one map, I'd pick Haven. Pick a center, I'd pick Lotus. If I'm not doing like a really truncated map, because these are ones where your plans are independent of, or your plans exist under the contingency that there is aggression or slow play. Bind, Split, and Breeze are dependent on how aggressive the other team is. If they're going to swing into you, it matters more on Bind. How do you respond to A, just because of how long the rotation is? Split, same thing. How do you respond to a fast hit up B? Do you have any protocols for that? A fast hit up A? And the Breeze as well. How can you use defender's response to faster hits / or slower ones as well? So I would never pick Sunset in the BO1. I'd definitely pick Sunset in the best of 5 as like your second map or something. Yeah. Sunset would be a second map for me. I would never pick it as a BO1, but let's see what Sly says. I would never pick it as a best of 1 though. What happened here? First swing, second swing, the spray. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the greatest, just six rounds down. The real question is, what ultis were available? Yeah, 9k across the board. 5 people on 9,000. Well, this guy's gonna be on 4,007 or something. How do you win that round? How do you win that round? You have to use one of them. I think you showstopper out B. The minute you see Cypher on there, you showstopper out B and you gamble. Because your Omen is not much practice. Newest map, not much practice on it. Yeah, I agree. In the event that you haven't been practicing on it, you understand that they're not practicing on it either. There's an argument that you have a better idea of it than they do, and that's why you picked it. You have more preparation on the map than they do. I wouldn't pick it because I think it's very beholden to team style. Sunset is a map where team style is very, very potent, very, very important. He smashed, yeah. Hey, that's Robbie. Yeah. Oh, Zvango's gonna get laid out again. Where did that come from? Oh, fast TP. Okay. Element TP into. I'm gonna try to step from here to here. Yeah. If the argument is, if you have more prep than, if you believe you have more prep than them, then you play it. My argument is, it's very beholden to style. You don't want to put yourself at the mercy of a team that thrives on Haven because of their aggressive space contest. Yeah. No, give up the angle. We've lost Mango already.
Bull Campus Clutch Group E, South Africa versus Japan. Good to have you all here this morning.
Yeah, KO knife situation. Cypher trips stall too much. Cypher trips stall way too much.
Our results giving South Africa the win. So we can see who the favorites are in chat this morning. Definitely no bias in this chat towards the man who's hosting, being me, obviously being South African. We at least know that chat is not.
Let me get ahead of it. Before this game, I honestly did not think Socks Up would win. For one major reason. Japan has VCT infrastructure. That's the only thing. Which means that their high elo is higher than ours. And their forward is more slash higher quality. Well, that's it. Those are the only reasons. That's the only two reasons why I thought Japan was going to beat us. We don't have the luxury of a really high and really elite high elo play, and our macro play and stuff isn't as educated. But this is a Japan has support staff looking to actually get to the highest level and competing to get to the highest level. So also a lot of their strats are better, and also the VCT coach might come from the winner of collegiate. That's the thing. You might have someone come all the way from collegiate to go on to coach a VCT side, and their ideas and stuff will still be the same. And the potential of that means that playing against these teams is a lot scarier by comparison. Yeah. No, that's why I didn't expect South Africa to beat Japan, at least. It's just a support staff diff, I guess.
Those nerves out. First game of the day. Want to put some rounds on the board just to build a little bit of confidence, but get those nerves out first thing, you know?
4-1 retake is very aggressive. Hey, it's me. Hey, look at me, it's me.
Love the name as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's me.
10's actually playing for Team USA. That's wild. what a recruit. Rigor.
Hola.
Morty, love the name, homie. Welcome to chat. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Once again, thank you, homies, for pulling in this morning. We are waiting for the game to come out of pause here. 7-0 up onto Team Japan. If it's your first time in chat, welcome. I am Robo Hobo.
I do wonder if, because I was thinking about it at the time, and I didn't do it because of load shedding. I do wonder if I should just be more active as a member of the community. Like, it sounds weird putting myself out there and being like, hey, do you want to watch party together? Because I have a lot of insights, especially because a lot of the variety streamers are getting opportunities of this. Definitely is like a more intellectual take, or as a studier of the game, if that would make a difference. So I could just ask. That's like the main thing I'm scared of. Asking people, hey, do you want, I'm an analyst of the game, do you want to sit and talk about it for a bit? I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about. I haven't come to a conclusion about it yet. But literally, when this game was playing, I was like, hey, why don't I just hop in and talk about it? Or hop in and watch with him? but it's also very, very nerve-wracking to ask. I don't know.
South African-based streamer, content creator for Bravado Gaming, and we are proudly here supporting Team Socks Up, our 5-man squad from South Africa, representing the country in our local scene out in Istanbul up against Japan this morning.
Take hold.
Eric Mont, thank you.
5-man rush up B. No. No. Not like this. No, not like this. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain why not like this. Everything step 2. Okay. The reason why I don't like the 5-man rush. The 5-man rush, in my opinion, works if you have one of the 2 wall controllers. For the simple reason, Harbe can wall from here, like this, or he can wall from here, like this. Yeah, I think like this as well. I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar on Harbe. But he can wall like that. Viper is probably your best bet at it because she can just, stand on this side. I've seen a bunch of the Pacific guys do it a lot. They should stand like this and should throw her wall like this to this effect. Which is okay. I'm partial to a wall like this instead. But the idea is the same. I'm partial to a wall like this instead. But the idea is the same. If you're doing an A split, I guess like this, if you wanted to. She starts on the same side though. You can throw either one. But these are walls that you kind of want to facilitate or kind of want down to set yourself up for success. Because it cuts off one of the two sight lines that you can be killed from. So you can walk up like this and A split, for example, or you can walk up like this and B splits through market as well, and then you have one person holding main, and then these guys on site have nowhere to go, right? That's like the major idea. That's the bigger picture idea. You can audible into A, or if you have the other one, you can audible into B. With 2 audible into market, with 2 hold main with 1. Because these guys will take contact first, these guys will take contact second, this guy plays for stragglers. If this guy dies, however, this role is very, very important. If he dies, then jig is up, it's gone, like the hit's gone, because then they technically have a way out. But you can then just hold them in B main in a reverse retake. But then you've contested all of this and you're dead on resources. So pros and cons, mid is not a favorite of mine. I'm not a fan of it. It is what it is. It's an econ rush, so I don't look too much into it. But it's a fan of mine. Yeah. Because of this frame. This frame here explains why I'm so nervous about it.
Thank you.
Mango's outside the smoke. You're gonna clear close, but it's not gonna catch anything from these long angles. If someone's playing A link or someone's playing deeper on B link, you get the trade. You get one lease trade. There's a flash that comes through, but I think there is the chance where this guy who's playing A link can still kill you. I think you're still dead to A link in that situation. Let me put up Epic Pen. I do have Epic Pen, so I can actually just write on it here. I can just write on the actual screen itself. Just need to remember how to do it. Does that show up on stream? Okay. So if someone posited here, then you're kind of boned. Not kind of, you are very boned. you are very, very boned. You're not in a good spot there. So that's why I don't really like the A mid spot. Even with the flash, it's an idea. It's an econ rush. It's a good eco idea. But even then, if you're gonna eco this, I don't know. I think you throw the smoke slightly further in. I don't like it at all, but if you throw it, I think you throw it slightly further like this. There can be someone who can tuck close right, and then you can just clear your right for free, and then you can clear your left for free, and then you can clear out of your smoke a lot easier. Like you can clear this guy who's sitting in your smoke, you clear the guy who's sitting behind your smoke, and then you clear the dude who's watching your close left. That way you can also wrap around if you want to and clear that side, the right side of the map. Because when it bubbles towards them, it makes it kind of uncomfortable. So that's my opinion.
Appreciate
My opinion. I might be wrong though. Just think that's the best way to do it.
It's Wednesday,
Yep. And see, this is what happens
brother.
when you A splits without any market contest.
It's 9 a.m. at 9 p.m. somewhere, right? Or 5 p.m. somewhere in the world.
Because Robo got this kill because this guy felt pressure to play in a subpar spot, which is a 50. Yeah, I came in and it was 7-0.
Japan is playing a serious game this morning, homie. A serious game.
36 simulator, doors broken, Robobo.
Socks up now, getting this bomb
Make
down
something
on
happen,
Vito.
but full
Something
blind, oh.
different. Robobo gets the head tap on Vi. Frosti doubling up there, getting Avorexi. Maybe looking a little too hungry for this third frag. Let's not give too many lives away here, boys. We need all the money we can keep.
1 HP.
There
Nice.
we go. Round on the board, chat. Round on the board.
THRIFTY.
There we go. Team SA 7-1.
Need to find the video. 3, 2, 1.
Making sure we don't hit that 007 for
THRIFTY.
too long. Loadout values looking pretty even.
I need to find
going
it.
into this
I need to
round
find
now.
it. Wait. Sorry. I need to find the video. I need to find the video. It was what they did for VCT, because they did like the calls that made the year. 3, 2, 1, THRIFTY. Is it this one? Yeah, it is.
자, 이러면 페널티. 자, 위치. 아! 하나, 둘, 하나, 둘, 셋.
THRIFTY.
성공!
I love it so much, man. I love it so much. 3, 2, 1. THRIFTY. Actually spoke to the Robo about double initiator.
How's this,
I did. We VOD reviewed it actually.
this flip knife,
I'm taking responsibility so they win and none if they lose. Yeah, no, it's not my fault.
dude. Sexy. Rigo Morty, I will remember that. If Socks Up win, it's all thanks to you, doggy. Ajji's son with Odin here, holding down this angle. Mandalorian makes his way into the site.
Ooh,
Finds himself
I like
in
it.
a powerful position here.
I like it.
Uncontested, as the smokes drop, I can imagine himself getting a kill. Gives up that position,
Spike planted.
looking to maybe make a stronger hold play. And now the retake on the cards here for Japan. They managed to get that first frag
I
onto
think-
Fury. Very high
I think that you stay. That's just me. I think there needs to be. I keep talking about it, protocols and stuff. I think that
pretty even
the only reason why you would move here
going into this round now.
is you've taken all the space. The only reason why you would move here is if they find you. Or
Sheesh, like, how's this?
if you take contact. If the plan is to take contact and someone's going to swing with you, that's the only reason why you would move.
This flip
But I think
knife,
he
dude.
sits.
Sexy.
I genuinely believe he sits.
Rigo Morty, I will remember that. If Socks Up win, it's all thanks to you, doggy. Ajji's son with Odin here, holding down this angle.
You probably heard it.
Mandalorian makes his way into the site.
Probably heard
Finds
it.
himself in a
That's
powerful
fine.
position here. Uncontested as the smokes drop.
But I think you
finds himself
hold.
getting a kill. Gives up that
Yeah, I think you hold.
position.
Spike planted.
Looking to maybe make a stronger hold play. And now the retake on the cards here for Japan. They managed to get that first frag onto Fury. Very high value frag. No hits there on the breach ult. He finds himself in mid-util management and gets his head removed.
Last player
Mangaloria now responding, trying to hold side a little bit. Frosti on his own in a 1v4 does not manage to get that frag onto Aji.
Yeah, these guys are built differently.
Sad, yeah,
These guys are all built, are constructed alternatively, were assembled without the manual.
Get me in, says Sly. Corrupt. There we go, bro.
You need to grind lands to be good at lands. You need to grind lands to be good at lands. Truer words have not been said. You need to grind lands to be good at them. If you don't play lands, if you don't grind lands, you haven't had enough lands. But you do need to. He's not wrong. You need to grind them.
Corey, how are you, brother? Good to see you here, G. Exactly.
Compared to, I don't know, I think what we should have done, and it's very disingenuous for us as a community, what we should have done, if we wanted Soxup to succeed, and if we want anyone to succeed, the minute they won Campus Clutch, we should have just gotten a bunch of teams together and asked like any location that will have us just to do lands. We should have just found teams and we should have just sat there and done lands with them. Like we have Soxup sit there and they have to run the gauntlets and play for like 5 hours a day, and then people come through and do slots. Like, so how to explain it? So basically, like, we have 5 teams. We have 5 teams, and Soxup is gonna play all 5 games. So reps, I'll say, and then it's team 1 on map 1, whatever map. So also we basically prepare Soxup for best of 5, and then team 2, map 2, etc. on day 1, etc, etc. And then day 2, it's team 1 on map 5, and team 2 on map 4. Stuff like this. We should have done this. Like, that's a line. Yeah. We need more, that's what we need. That's what we needed. I genuinely believe this is what we needed to prepare them to go. Obviously, if they don't want to play, if the people who are sending don't want to play, then they don't have to play. I could care less. But I think if we want to be better as like a region, this is stuff we have to be doing. We have to stop pretending like we hate each other, unless we do hate each other. But even then, suck it up, because us being stubborn to play with each other is going to result in us not getting any. Going to result in us not getting any spots. Not going to result in us not succeeding on the grand stage, but I do think we're capable of it. Yeah.
That, homie. You need to be on land to play on. You need to be on land frequently to compete on land. You know. Play on land for a while, then you can start competing, you know? That, homie.
Was this an observer cam or was this a cipher cam?
You need to be on land frequently to compete on land, you know?
No, it wasn't.
Play on land for a while, then you can start competing, you know? Every tournament, those first few are just, you just playing. You just
Yeah, okay.
the vibes, you're just getting the feeling for it.
Yeah, okay.
You're only competing after your first few. Oh, all lacquer, Corey. Long time, homie.
Your duty is not over.
Good to have you here, homie. It is a best of 1, Mayo. Wait, a best of 1. Groups will be best of 1. Knockouts, best of 3. And our grand
Blind.
final at Camp.
Woo.
Clutch will be a best of 5 for the championship trophy. Hey! What's up? Let's
We're shooting back.
There you have it in chat, friends. Pleasure. Fear from getting a 9.
This clip is insane. This clip is insane. I do wish they recognized. Well, they did, I guess. They have Frosti here. So it's good read from whoever called it. It's probably Robobo.
Team Japan.
They flank us 4. That's the call. They do a 4-1 retake. And you can see 4 people up tiles, 1 person flanking.
4-man stack through tiles.
So it's a really good spot from... It's a really good spot. They heard the trip. They knew that, like... She goes up, it's a 4-person.
It's a beautiful flank against the triple.
And the smoke, the blind from Mango is immaculate as well. The broke trip. There's the paranoia. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me... I'm prepared. There you go. Here's the blind. You can see the blind. So it looks like this. Mango's playing here through this blind like this. If anything, like I think probably something. Oh no, the blind's fine. Actually, the blind's good. I was gonna try to min max it. Like where would you want to be if you want to cover the most area? Would a blind like this work? If you angled it this way, yeah. If you angled it like this. This blind is goated. But he didn't have time. He needs to throw the blind, so yeah. So he threw this blind. He threw this blind and then swing off of it. Kind of based. I do enjoy it. It is very, very based. Yeah. Really, really good for them.
Frosti now acknowledges that tripwire. It's a beautiful flank against the triple. My man. Choo-wee. Wonderful play there. Patience paying off. Gets himself a quad this round. Okay, Frosti. Okay.
Should have given him the ace. Should have been given him the ace. Imagine an ace on South Africa. South Africans come through and ace you.
Okay, we see you, doggy.
It's a round win, but insane from Frosti.
We see you, doggy. Clip that one for the man, chat. Clip that one for the man.
In Liam we trust.
We see you, Frosti. Playing that tripwire flank so perfectly, dude. Catches the team. 3 players fully stunned.
Full blind, yeah.
Beautiful.
Fully paranoid.
Beautiful. 3 socks up. Making their way back. Clawing their way back here. Quickly, depending on what now. Another reserved hold here on B with a few kind of rest defense players hanging out at that back mid area around spawn, able to rotate quickly depending on what the decision is.
Holy! That I didn't know that was an angle. I didn't know that was an angle. Well, now we do. Place this side. I've seen the other one, but I'll playing this side is actually really based. Up. Up, 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 up. Up. There you go. Didn't know that was an ankle. But he finds one.
Has been dropped mid now. Our Rexy on the operator doing that damage. Robobo responding on his opposite number there with the Vandal.
I like it.
Through that scope. Ooh, a little bit of a waste there from the Rays on the ulti. Is the last round, so
take his ult. Steal your shoes, man. Go. Come now.
Here we go.
Take your shoes. Come. Yep. Stick on Fluffy.
Now the 2-player advantage. Bomb is down. Team Japan trapped in the back lobbies here. trapped in both.
Nice.
And there we go. 4 rounds on the board here, chat. We have a game on our hands. Both teams putting up a serious fight here this morning. Let's see what Japan Udon Eating has up their sleeves here on attack. Curious to see what these teams pull out their hands. Oh, Lunaro Valor with a beautiful copy pasta.
Mango was 1 and 8 at one point. Mango's never gonna be.
All right, we're gonna actually now that we
Yeah, Mango's never gonna fall too far behind.
We're gonna restart this poll.
Yeah, Mango's never gonna fall too far behind. In regards to kills, his contribution is always felt, especially with the Socks Up boys. Pistol round.
We're gonna restart this poll now.
Just wanted to note, they don't do the smoke. They don't do the, there's no Valoplant. So this mid smoke is a double-edged sword. Normally, like, ideally you want to throw a smoke that is one way, favored for each side. So for example, a one way here, this one way here is, I'll use red for defense and then green for attack. This, for example, is the defender sided smoke. This, for example, you need to bubble it out slightly. I need to figure out how to throw the smoke because they can see over it. But this, for example, and this, these two smokes are attacker sided, right? And these two smokes are attacker sided because it favors the attackers. This smoke here is both. Like, this one doesn't favor anyone. This one literally is, if anything, I think this smoke here favors defenders more. I think there's an argument that this smoke here favors defenders. My argument being, due to the line of scrimmage. So basically, line of scrimmage is an idea that I came up with to figure out what space is worth taking. And the line of scrimmage on this map is like this. It's like this. If you look at it, anything on the south side of the line is attacker sided, anything on the north side of the line is defender sided. Fighting for mid, you don't need mid control to win on defense. However, you do need this entire link control. You do need all of this to win on defense. And at the beginning of the round, you have to break the line of scrimmage to contest the attackers. If at the beginning of the round you don't aggress those lines, then you won't. I guess I can actually like update this. It's not purely. It would be more like this. Like, I think this maybe. This is a more like in-depth one, but all of this space, tiles is all attackers until market with defenders contest, and then like this. So this is the line. These are the lines of scrimmage. Anything on the south side of the line is attacker sided, and anything on the north side is defender sided. Just because how easy it is to contest for those areas, and innately, like, you give up those. You give up these space to the attackers on defense unless you want to contest it. If you say you want to aggro B main, it means you're breaking the line of scrimmage on B main. You're not walking up here because that's not breaking the line. Breaking the line is the minute you cross into B main. Behind the box, you're breaking the line of scrimmage and trying to move it forward. Because if you cross to here, then if you cross to here, for example, then your line of scrimmage looks like this. You work your way up till here. The line of scrimmage moves like this. You get all of B main, like you see where I'm going. If you get all of this, then your line of scrimmage, the line of scrimmage then looks like this. See what I mean? Like this is the first one, this is the second, this is the third. You can see like how the line of scrimmage moves. This is information that the defense doesn't have to contest for anymore. It's information that the defense knows, which means that the only place attackers could be is anywhere on this south side of this line. Yeah, these are what I think are the lines of scrimmage by default. So Japan didn't throw the smoke in mid because all of mid is effectively attacker sided, and keeping their smokes for something else is probably slightly more advantageous. And look like Omen, did Omen smoke it? Am I slightly behind? No, like the odds of him smoking that are 0 because he still has 1 smoke. I think he opted for a ghost. For double smoke classic, so where does he throw his smoke then?
Alright, we're gonna actually, now that the stream is like fully populated here, we're gonna...
It's double smoke classic, he still has both his smokes. He's gonna commit one somewhere. One to B main it looks like, or A main it looks like. He commits it one to A main, but he doesn't commit to B, because attackers could just walk all the way up tiles and contest mid.
Alright, poll is up. Who's winning this game, chat, now that we're on second half? Pistol round is live. Socks up with the 1 player advantage.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
It feels like they're getting comfortable.
Sharpberg Fury, gift.
I don't think our boys were never uncomfortable. I think they were just shocked. That's the thing. I think everyone on Socks Up can shoot relatively well. Everyone on Socks Up can shoot relatively well.
The Robo name. It's G-Sun on Japan. Pulling out the...
Has a million fans. I am against the world. I love #Mango till my last breath. I'm a die-hard fan of Mango.
Here we go. Two-Face. Morning. Woo, Robobo, so much coming towards him here. Managed to get that first frag. Oh, I gotta love some.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done. Okay, crazy right now? Yeah, I want to finish this and get to it. Yeah, I'm literally gonna finish it and get to it because I'm not allowed to co-stream it because it never applied. Yeah, we know how this ended. We lost. Should there be a 30 now? I don't think so.
Have been allowed?
I think fundamentally every team South Africa is flawed in their own way.
And at least one player has to lose a gun here. That's the hope. In chat.
Yeah. We had a rough one. We had a very rough one. I think the score ended 13-5. 13-6. Yeah, 13-6. It is what it is.
The clutch. Is this the...
Yeah, they have Rob top fragging right now. For those who don't know, if Rob is top fragging, then something's gone horribly wrong. But yeah, like I said, these are my main notes on it. These are my main notes on it. That's what I think we should have done. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Doesn't make sense to watch the whole thing. We all know how it ended. As those are my main takeaways. Those are genuinely my main takeaways. Anyway, I want to go watch Game Changers. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna go do some more analysis stuff outside of it. Maybe we stream tomorrow or something.